No problem. I'm excited.
Hey guys, it's Margaret, and welcome to another, I don't know, I say they're interviews, but it's just like hanging out, talking. But here tonight, I am talking with Marcus, and tell me how you say your last name, because I can never say it right.
Kerecman?
Kerecman. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I was saying it totally wrong. And he's got a YouTube channel called Dumpster Marcus. So hey,
Hey guys.
how's it going?
Great. I'm doing great.
Thanks for coming on.
No problem. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I was telling you before the show, like I would watch your channel from before, and then I would thought, oh, this dude, like he's dumpster diving. That's pretty cool. And then I'd see other videos that you do. I'm like, man, this guy's really interesting. I really got to talk to him some more. So thanks for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know who Marcus is, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
My name's Dumpster Marcus. I have a YouTube channel called Dumpster Marcus. I mainly do dumpster diving. I do informational videos about dumpster diving, about scrapping metal, like how to make the most money. I do videos called Trash to Cash, which I take items from the dumpster and I'll make it into a new item for you to resell it and make some money. And then I do like video game stuff, and I do yard selling, and I do eBay stuff, and a lot of different kind of videos.
Yeah, I was driving down the road today, and somebody had like a computer console out, and I was like, you just did a video about like taking it apart and the parts you could sell and what you have to do, parts you could
That's
sell.
like $8 to $10.
Do what?
That's like $8 to $10 right there.
Yeah, I was just like, oh. And then every time I see metal, like one of my neighbors had like one of those the things that you hang in the kitchen to hang the pots on.
Yeah,
And I was like, ooh, I wonder if that can be scrapped.
you can.
I've never done that before, so I was like, I have to learn a little bit more about it and talk to my husband. I need some space in the garage.
Yeah, that a lot of people don't like. They like always say, "Oh my God, how does your wife or your girlfriend deal with your yard?" Because my whole yard is just like scrap hoard.
Oh, yep. It's what's that show? Sanford
Hoarders.
Sons.
Oh, Sanford Sons. Yeah, my yard's like that.
Okay. So what part of the country do you live in?
I live in the town of The Office, the TV show, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Well, I was right. I was telling Randy, I think he lives in Pennsylvania. It's cold. I just know it's cold right now.
Yeah, it's cool. It's sleeting right now, and I just found out my daughter has a 2-hour delay tomorrow because we're having a really bad ice storm tonight.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like 20 degrees out, maybe.
No, we were at a chilly 70 degrees today.
Nice. I wish it was here.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I wouldn't mind us having a little bit of a winter, but we haven't really had a whole lot of winter this year, so.
It wasn't actually that bad here.
No?
It snowed like 5 times, maybe.
Yeah. Cool.
Nothing like real bad, like 5-6 inches the most.
And now we're talking about the weather, but you know, you saw a lot. There's been a lot of snow. It's been crazy in other parts. I'm gonna say hey in the chat real quick, and then I'll go to the next question. Okay. So latest Grace is there, and HB Picker, and Maggie Doodle. Hello, Galaxy Searchers, and One Witch Lady, and Angie Treasure Vintage, Jennifer Leland. Hey Angie, and Maggie is in Pennsylvania. And then somebody said, oh, Maggie said you should go on Flea Market Flip. Have you ever watched that show?
I think so.
It's like this lady. You get like partnered up. You have bring a partner, and they set you out in the flea market, and you have to get this stuff and turn it into something else. I bet you would be really good at that.
Yes, I did see that show. It is a good show. I almost got on Extreme Cheapskates.
Oh, really? I've just got hooked on that show.
Yeah, I got an interview and everything on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was watching that the other day, and my husband was like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Shh, I'm getting ideas." How are you? Which area are you like the extreme cheapskate?
I don't know, saving money, I guess.
Yeah. Some of those people are a little bit nuts.
I'm not that nuts, but
that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you're not that nuts. Some of them are a little nuts.
I can be for the show.
Exactly. That would be cool. You got it. Oh, okay. All right. So how did you get into dumpster diving?
Well, I hang out with my uncle a lot in his garage, and he has like a wood burning stove.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I need pallets for starter wood. So I was like, oh, I know there's a Dollar General right down the street from here, and they have pallets in the back. So I went to get the pallets, and their dumpster was like overflowing with boxes. And I was like, oh, I wonder what's in there. So I went over there, I opened it up, and I found like 50 to 60 pairs of flip-flops, Christmas lights, and all this stuff, like brand new with the tags on it. And I was like, why is all this stuff in the dumpster? And I was like, I wonder if other stores do this. So I went to like Michael's and AC Moore, and I found like tons of stuff. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I started dumpster diving.
That's awesome. I don't know if you well, technically I've only been once. I got boxes. Tanya got some stuff. But then the next time I went, it was a bust. So I'm just like, yeah, it's addictive though.
It is.
When you're like, I see the stuff that you find, and then I see stuff. I don't know if you watch Mom the eBayer. She's another big dumpster diver.
I love watching her.
Oh my gosh, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna drive around my neighborhood because they put out some stuff. Some people do. Okay, in the chat. Okay. Oh, Jennifer says East Coast represent Maryland here. Vintage Made. Hey, Felicia. And Latest Grace says, your tires. So worried about Marcus and those bald tires. What's the story with the tires, Marcus?
I posted a YouTube video of I got a screw in my tire, and I showed my tire, and it was like so bald.
Have you gotten new tires yet?
I did.
Okay, good. See, people are worried about you. Let's see. Oh yeah, Angie says she doesn't think that happens around here with their dumpsters. And yeah, Tanya got that cool birdcage thing. It was really cool. Hey, Purple Lily. Okay, so when we did that video, I got a lot of comments about, isn't that illegal? And isn't that, well, I know for our area, in different parts of the country, there's different laws, right? So how does that work out for you?
It actually goes by your town, and each town will have a different law. My town, it's legal to trash pick. I call trash picking going to people's houses and going through their trash.
Mm-hmm.
And dumpster diving, I call that going to like a store dumpster.
Right.
And both of those are legal in my area. But I know some areas, if you see like a bike or a stove on the side of the road, it's illegal to pick that up because it's considered the town's and they want to make their money off of it.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it is.
So in certain towns here, it's cool. And then like just across the line, it's not cool. But I know in Houston proper, it's okay. So I had to go back after we did it. I was like, that's a good question. Or like if the dumpster is like pushed up against the building, it's not okay. Or if the dumpster is behind one of those brick walls, it's not okay.
If there's a no trespassing sign, then it's not okay. And I know a lot of people that dumpster dive in the ones that is fenced in. It really depends on the cops, if the cops stop you or if someone catches you. But it is considered trespassing because it's in their fenced in area. But I know a lot of people that do it.
I'm cute.
What was that?
I said, do you think they would give me a pass because I'm cute?
Probably.
Sorry, officer. I'm looking for makeup.
Most people don't care.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, but then some people were saying, well, if another person that does it have you ever come into a conflict with another dumpster diver that was like, this is my turf?
I see a lot of dumpster divers I don't know them, but I know them by their cars. So I'm like, oh, there's a dumpster diver. There's one. But usually if one's in the dumpster, I just drive to the next one. I don't bother them like, oh, what's in here? What are you doing?
Okay.
I just leave them alone.
Well, because somebody left a comment saying, oh yeah, if there's turfs and if they catch you on their turf and then pull a gun on you and stuff like that. I'm like, what?
I do carry a gun on me, so it wouldn't bother me.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, there you go. So y'all have concealed carry there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are crazy in this world. You got to protect yourself somehow.
That's true. And then you go out at night. I don't go out at night.
Yeah, I go out at like midnight.
Yeah. The crazy card says break your legs. Okay. Okay. So I don't think I sent you this question. I sent him some of the questions, but not all. So what was the most awesome thing you found in the dumpster?
This year, probably right after tax season, I found probably 40 TurboTax CDs, DVDs,
Yeah.
all sealed and everything. Most of them were regular ones, and some of them were business. I'm like, I don't know if these will sell because the tax season is over. So I threw them up on eBay just to throw them up there. I sold all of them in 3 days. I made like $700 and some.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Because the business ones went for $80 a piece.
Wow.
I
bet
sold
it's
all
those
of them.
people, they got like extensions on their taxes, and then they're like, I got to get my taxes done.
I was surprised. I was like, wow.
Do you tell like secrets, like which store did you find this behind?
Staples.
Staples. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like, you're not, some people don't want to tell their sweet spots. You know what I mean?
I have one sweet spot. I never told anybody where it is, but
Tell me later.
I can tell you later.
Okay. Okay. So, what kind of reactions do you get from like friends and family and stuff when you tell them about what you do?
Well, I told my parents, and they're like, there's stuff that they throw away that's good. And I was like, yeah. I said, you buy an item and you return it, say, I don't like this item. Well, what are they going to do with it? They can't resell it, so they throw it in the garbage. And you have a perfectly fine item that someone just didn't want, or items that aren't selling, they'll write them off, get paid for them, and then chuck them in the dumpster because it will cost less to throw them in the dumpster than to ship it back to the manufacturer.
Yeah.
And then after I told my mom and my parents and my friends, after the first year of dumpster diving, I save all my slips from like the scrapyard making money and selling on eBay. And I told them how much I made, and they're like, what? You made that from trash? I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Awesome. I think it's awesome. Totally. The only thing I have to be careful now, I'm guessing your daughter knows what you do, but my boys have started talking about it a lot just from that one time or 2 times that I've been. And I'm like, I don't know how comfortable I am with you going to school telling people like mommy's dumpster diving, because they're young now. But as they get older, I'm worried that other kids will like pick on them or say stuff like your mom's going through trash.
My daughter says that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their teachers said the one time that she said I went dumpster diving and I saw a bear.
Did you see a bear?
Yeah, I seen a bear.
Oh my gosh. In the dumpster?
It was in the woods. But my daughter was like, my dad was dumpster diving and he's seen a bear.
Oh my gosh. That's when you're like, the bear's like, this is my dumpster. And you just have to back off. No bears here. You're going to move to Texas someday, maybe.
Hopefully. Probably my daughter's like 18 or so.
Yeah. You got a little while.
I got a while.
Yeah. Hey, Julie, in the chat. If you guys in the chat have any questions, for sure, pop them in there. Maggie says she's too old for dumpster diving. No, you're not, Maggie. Where are you at? Dumpster Marcus will take you out. Maggie's awesome.
I know a lot of older people in my area that do it. Probably in their 50s, 60s.
Yeah, see? Maggie's not that old. What are you, like 47, Maggie? Okay. All right, so next question. Did you start first with the reselling end of it, or did you first start with the like dumpster diving and scrapping end of it?
I first started with dumpster diving, and then after I started dumpster diving, I went on YouTube and started looking up videos. I'm like, oh, a lot of other people do this. And then I always found a bunch of metal in the dumpster, and I'm like, I know I could maybe make money on this. So I looked up YouTube videos on scrapping, and I was like, yeah, people make money. So then I started scrapping, and then I think I started dumpster diving 7 years ago or so. 2012, I think.
That's awesome. I just remember like when I watch your videos, and there was one where you were like cutting the cords off of old vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just like, no, I mean, one, there's the money aspect, but then there's the other, just these things aren't going to end up in the, trash heap. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's really cool.
Vacuum cleaners, I usually cut the cord, and if it's like a good brand, the attachments they sell on eBay.
Yeah.
So I'll take like the bagless cylinder out, or I'll take the all the wands and everything, and I'll write down like what kind of machine it is, and I'll put them on eBay and they sell.
I mean, yeah, like I say, it's more than just like I'm trying to make, it's, yeah, you're going to make money, but also you're keeping stuff from ending up in a landfill. I think it's awesome.
I have so much stuff in my house I got from dumpster diving. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so, well, how did you start? How did you get into the scrapping end of it?
I just always saw like metal in the dumpster, and I knew you could scrap metal, but I wasn't really like into it or really knew anything about it. And I just looked on YouTube and I found all these scrappers, and they said go to their scrap yards and do this and do that. So I looked up scrap yards in my area, and I literally have one I could throw a baseball at from my house.
Oh,
That's how
really?
close it is. And I just started taking metal and watching YouTube videos and learning like the different kinds of metals you can make more money on. You have to separate, and it went on
That's
from
cool.
there.
I thought about doing that with my boys. Well, I even got them at a garage sale, like one of those can crushers, because I
Yeah.
know where there's a place that'll take aluminum, but I don't know about the other stuff. So something
Yeah,
to
most
look
scrap
into.
yards take everything.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, this place is like it's like the trailer or the back of an 18-wheeler, like you know what I mean? It's just like a
Mm-hmm.
guy sitting there and he's weighing it out. I mean, and every day you drive by and he's got a little stand outside that says how much he's taking per pound.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. He's probably taking it down to the scrapyard after he gets it across, Okay, so you have a job, right? Full-time job that you do. What do you do?
Yep. I work for the Army. I work at an Army base, and I work with computers. I build like them big computer server towers you see at like hospitals,
Yeah,
and I shipping, receiving. I do like a warehouseman.
that's cool. So were you in the Army?
No, I'm not in the Army. I just work for the Army.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So, I clicked the wrong button. Okay. So would you consider, and you sell on eBay, right? Just eBay, or do you do eBay and Amazon and all the other stuff too?
I want to get into Amazon. I really don't have the time to spend the $40 a month to maybe send in a couple things.
Yeah.
And I just do eBay, and I do Etsy a little. I want to get into it more, but I have no time to like make items to put on the store.
Yeah. You can put vintage stuff or supplies too. So
Yeah, I can.
yeah. But then you say you make stuff. So what's something really awesome that you've made with your find?
I usually I get a lot of clothes out of dumpsters and stuff. Like I made this pillow out of a t-shirt.
Oh, cool.
And I have like a little logo I put on all my stuff. It says Dumpster Marcus Recycling.
Oh,
Like I'll
nice.
sell these on Etsy. And
That's
like
awesome.
and like clothes like that t-shirt you can maybe sell for, $8 because it's just a regular t-shirt. But if I make it into a pillow, the pillow cost me $3 at Walmart, and I can sell that for $25.
That's really awesome. That's so cool. I thought you were because I posted something about me going sewing with my mom earlier, and you're like, I love sewing. I thought you were just sewing. Like, that's awesome. So you sew it.
Yeah.
That's cool. I had no idea.
Yeah. I have a singer. I got it at a yard sale.
See? There you go. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm looking in the chat because I saw some questions pulling up. Okay. So Jennifer says, I want to do dumpster diving, but I can't find a partner. Difficult solo sometimes when you're short. So what suggestions would you give her if she's a shorty?
The best one is I usually get milk crates, and then you flip them upside down. You can stand on the milk crate to look in the dumpster, and then if you find stuff, you could fill the milk crate up and then walk that to your car.
That's a good idea. That was one of the things that we noticed, that we were really short. And so it was the first time going out, like,
yeah.
And we were like, we need the grabber, and there was so much broken glass though, so we didn't want to get into any of the dumpsters.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
Some of the dumpsters, like Michael's or AC Moore, the Crafts one, because they do picture frames, so you really got to watch when you jump in them.
I don't need that. I don't need broken glass.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Julie says, my boys used to go because one of them had a school project about it and the waste in our nation, and you wouldn't believe the stuff they found, just like the waste. And you did a video about that too, like just look at this crazy stuff people throw away, right?
Sorry about that. My daughter was trying to talk to me.
Was it? I'm trying to remember if it was you or another dumpster diver that I saw did a video about just look at the crazy stuff that people throw away.
I probably did.
Yeah, yeah. I hear her. Is she okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to go to bed and she wants me to snuggle with her.
Oh. Do we need to cut it short?
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure? Okay, okay.
You just watch the iPad.
Daddy's almost done.
I'm good.
Okay, okay. So Jillian said, "Are there any specific areas to keep in mind?" Maybe I'm missing a part in the questions there. Maggie says she's in the Philly area. Jillian says, "Oh, as in stick to more store dumpsters and not just random apartment complexes."
Apartment complexes are good. They're good for like the first of the month because people move or people get kicked out, and they're like, "Well, I don't want to take this stuff with me," so they chuck it. But store dumpsters, everybody always asks, like, "Oh, what is the best ones to go to?" Well, the best ones to go to are the ones closest to your house. So what I do, I go to about 25 dumpsters a night when I go dumpster diving, and it's just every store in my town I just go to, and you go in the back and see if you could dumpster dive in it.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, we didn't do that many. That's a lot. 25.
Yeah.
Julie said her kids did Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Big Lots, etc., not Target or grocery stores. And then Jennifer says, "Is there a better day of the week to go, or do you figure out a schedule of the store and go at a particular time per store?"
I just go every day, and because I think, like, say if you only go on Wednesdays, well, what if the weekend they threw a whole bunch of good stuff on the bottom of the dumpster, and then Monday, Tuesday they threw a whole bunch of other stuff on the dumpster, and you just go there on Wednesday and you look in there, you're like, "Oh, I don't see anything. There's nothing in there," and there could be stuff on the bottom. And plus, I have competition in my town, so if I don't go every day, it's most likely to be gone.
I'm just thinking that's free inventory or free, anyway. That's awesome.
And I don't drive far. I drive 1.4 miles or something, and I go to 25 dumpsters.
What?
And it takes me, like, if I'm getting like normal stuff, it takes me usually like a half hour. But sometimes I got so much metal, I had to take like 4 or 5 trips back and forth to my house, and it took me like a couple hours. But
wow,
it's definitely worth it. It's free money. And if you live close to stores, say you go to Walmart to go grocery shopping, just say, "Well, I'm gonna go in the back and see if I could go in their dumpster."
Yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking, like, 1.5 miles. No, I couldn't get that. There's a few places, but not that many. I'd have to drive a little bit further. That's awesome, though.
I live like in the center of town.
Oh, see, that helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we went on a Monday and it was almost empty. Then I went Wednesday to check it out and it was empty again. I was like, damn it. Okay, so let's see. My next one was, how do you organize your work time and your home time and then your like reselling? Because I have a huge problem with this. Reselling, photography, listing, like organizing my time.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, I do work full time, so as soon as I get out of work, I usually do my calls because people call me. I have an ad on the back of my truck saying, I do free pickup of blah, 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 all the items I take. So as soon as I get out of work, I'll pick up my daughter from school, and then I'll go do all my pickups. And then when I come home, I'll play with her for the rest of the night. She goes to bed. I try to post 5 items on eBay a day just to keep circulating my inventory. And then once in a while, I do my scrapping in the basement, like all my computers, electronics, and all that. I put that in my basement, and say if it's a rainy day or a snowy day and I have nothing to do, that's when I'll scrap in the basement. But big appliance-wise, when I get all my stuff, I just throw it in the trailer in my driveway, and then when the trailer's filled, I just take it to the scrapyard.
That's a really good plan.
So I'm really always busy, always doing something.
Yeah, it sounds, well, it doesn't sound exactly like my life, but yeah, always busy. But yeah, I mean, I can't even get 5 listings done a day sometimes, but that's really awesome. And then the whole, like, getting the things on the trailer so it's ready to go when you're like, ready to go.
Yeah.
So you have a magnet thing on the back of your truck. So you just say, I'll pick up whatever.
Yeah, have it like professionally wrapped, like the whole tailgate's like wrapped.
Really?
Yeah, and it was only like 200 and some bucks.
And you get a lot of business off of that?
I get all my calls from that. Everybody's like, "You take stuff for free?" I'm like, "Yeah, free pickup." Well, I only do it around my area. I don't travel far unless it's a lot of items.
Yeah.
But most of my main contact people, my bank guy, that's what I call him, my bank guy. He's the computer technician for all the banks in my area. And he said they used to pay like $400 some for this company to come pick up all their electronic scrap. And he's like, "You do it for free?" I was like, "Yeah, free pickup. Just call me. I'll be down there that day." He's like, "Well, I'm going to start dealing with you." And that's where I get all my computer stuff. And that's where I make all my money from.
Wow, that's really cool. That's a really good idea. I'm not going to do it, but it's a really good idea. Well, I'm just thinking, so we were out at my sister's place. Her washer broke. And so we went and got her a new washer. And my dad was just like, "Oh, yeah, the company will come and take the washer away. You know, you have to pay like $30 for them to carry it off." And her husband was like, "No, we'll part it out, or I know a guy that's going to." So I'm just thinking, now that I'm talking to you, I'm like, wait a minute, we have to pay them to carry it off, and they're going to,
Yeah, because usually when you get new appliances, they charge you some kind of fee to take it out. And I do it for free. And everybody's like, "Wow, you do it for free?" I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah. Because, and that's the thing. Like he said, he knew a guy that would take it and would actually buy it off of him. And my dad was like, "Why would he want a broken washer?" I'm like, well, the one part that's broken on this one, he could probably take the rest of the bits and fix a different one with, or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, we've got some more people in the chat. Let me see. So Jennifer's like, "That's awesome. 1.5 mile radius." Hey, Jane Boyd. And Julie says, "At Dollar Tree once found a new unopened case of Christmas Village houses and shops." That's really cool. Valerie says, "Great to see you." And okay. Julie says, "Kind of wish we could start going again. The money you save just on household stuff, shampoo, etc., is awesome. We never did food, but you've done food. I've seen you do food."
I do food once in a while. Well, I'm vegan, so it's hard for me to like take food, but I do. There's a Gertrude Hawk's in my area that I go to, and I'll bring all the candy to my work, and everybody knows it's from dumpster diving. They're like, "Oh, it's Gertrude Hawk's, and it's still in the packaging. I'll eat it."
Yeah.
So everybody's like so excited when I bring in like bonbons and all that kind of like good stuff.
We don't have Gertrude. Well, I don't even know what that is. Gertrude Hawk's?
It's like it's a big chocolate factory kind of in my town.
Oh, okay, cool. That sounds good.
I thought it was everywhere.
No, I've never even heard of it. You're gonna have to miss that if you move to Texas. I'm just saying.
I don't need chocolate.
Well, we have chocolate, but not that chocolate. But I saw one where you got stuff out of the dumpster that was like vegan treats and stuff and snacks.
Yeah. Once in a while, not all the time.
Yeah. Valerie says, "Love your accent."
I have one.
Where are you from, Valerie? Okay, so the next part was about your home life. So, I know you've got a kid and you like doing stuff outdoors, and you're vegan. That was sort of the next, it just flows right together. So you got a little girl.
You have a little 5-year-old daughter. I have, me and the ex-wife are separated, so I have primary custody of her. So we love hanging out. She loves the outdoors, which is awesome. We go on hikes all the time, and the longest, she's only 5, and the longest she hiked was 5.3 miles.
Wow, that's
by
really
herself.
good.
She was
awesome.
tired at the end, but
I
just bought a camper last year from my scrapping money. I saved up my scrapping money, and I bought a little pop-up camper, and we go camping all the time. And
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, we do camping, but I would love just some kind of. I just want something with a toilet in it. That's all.
I don't have a toilet in mine.
Well, because we go with the scouts. My guys are all scouts.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like the lone girl. So I can't go in the woods. Okay, this is maybe TMI, but I'm like, "Randy, we need to get one of those things where I can go in the woods and not have to squat." You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, TMI, whatever. I'm going with all the guys. Come on. Okay, sorry. All right. So, pardon me. So, what are some things that you enjoy selling?
Probably video games the most because I do collect video games, and computer parts because I love selling the computer parts because I love when they sell because I get them all for free
Yeah.
and I just test them and throw them on eBay and they sell and I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I think that's, I mean, just when I saw that the other day, I was like, man, I never thought of that. Just pulling the bits out and anyway, what's it called? The motherboard you were talking
Motherboard.
about. Oh yeah. God, that's really nice,
Yeah,
because I see them on the side of the road.
I just pulled the motherboard out of a computer 2 days ago and I looked up on eBay and it sells for $80.
Man, that's awesome. Valerie says, don't they have public toilets at the campsite? It depends on where you go camping. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. We went to one that was a mountain biking camp, and it was like a mile down the hill, or maybe half a mile. It felt like a mile, maybe half a mile. But in the middle of the night, come on. No. Okay, so do you get any like pushback from friends or family about what you do?
Not really.
No.
Everybody knows I do it and they tell their friends and then their friends call me and be like, oh, do you take this? Do you take this? I'm like, yeah, I'll come pick it up right now.
See, that's great. That's great. I do worry. I worry about that sometimes.
Yeah, I always tell people, tell everybody that you scrap because it's crazy what people think that's trash and they'll be like, oh, they'll just give you everything and it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I was just telling the neighbor of mine who had this metal thing outside, I was like, man, I wonder if that can be scrapped. I don't scrap, but anyway. So how did you end up getting started on YouTube, and how long have you been doing YouTube?
I think I started YouTube 2012. I think so. And I just started watching the dumpster diving videos because I started dumpster diving. And then I watched the scrapping ones and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I think I should make a video. And I think for the first 10 or so videos, I never showed my face. I was like, I don't know. You're not used to talking to the camera and, vlogging yourself and showing you. But now, like, I used to wait. If I went scrapping, I used to wait till like all the cars drove by and I'd run out and get this scrap from people's yard and then leave. But now I could care less what people think of me.
That's good. That's awesome. So my friend Nick just popped in, and which reminded me I had a question I was going to ask you. Nick is a UK reseller, and they have something in some of their towns. Nick, if you're still there, it's like really late at night for him, but they have something called the tip, and they have the tip shop. The tip is like the dump, but then like the guys at the dump will pull stuff that people bring to the tip, and there's like a resale shop at the dump. Have you come across a place like this?
They don't have one at my town, but I do watch this one guy. He actually has one in his town, and I'm like, oh wow, wish my dump had one.
Yeah, I mean, because they come across stuff that they could just. I think Jesse, who's thrifting.
Yeah, thrift school.
Yeah, thrift school.
He has one.
Yes, like man, that would be awesome because he finds tons of stuff. People bring books and and he gets it dirt cheap. Yeah. Anyway, Valerie says my friend bought a porta potty at Walmart. We're talking about the potty still. Met an eBayer. Rags says met an eBayer at my meetup who cannibalizes blenders, coffee makers, etc., and makes good money. What does that mean? Cannibal? I guess breaks them apart.
Takes stuff apart and probably sells it on eBay or to the scrapyard.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I enjoy your YouTube channel, so I hope everybody goes and checks it out.
Thank you.
Nick says the tip shops near him are awful. He never finds good stuff, but Steve Hicksey does well from his local one. Yeah. There's not one by me.
I don't have one.
That's okay. So are there any YouTubers that you really enjoy watching that we should all check out?
Well, my buddy that I always do YouTube videos with, the Bearded Diver, I watch him all the time. Mom the eBayer, you bring that up before. I really enjoy her. Cool. Tucker Upper, he has a scrapping video. He does a lot of scrapping. And
he's a new one for me.
He's really entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
And like informational videos, I watch this guy named Moose Scrapper. He's from Maine. He does a lot of informational videos, kind of like I do. And I don't know. I watch this a lot. I watch a lot of people. I watch from scrapping to YouTube to people that sell on Amazon to eBay.
Cool. And you know, Mom, the eBayer, she went vegan not long ago.
Yeah, I
So
think she's been vegan for a couple months, like 8 months or so, I think, or a year maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, because she just started doing some like vegan recipe videos, which I think is cool. Yeah, pretty cool. So next is the strangest or funniest reseller story that you either happened to you or that you've heard about.
I have a good story. It's not weird or gross or anything. It's a story that tells that there's still nice people in the world.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
I went to Goodwill to look for stuff for eBay, and I found, like little head vases are called. It's like a little vase about this big, and it's like someone's head.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I found a whole bunch of those, so I posted them on eBay, and this same lady, she bought 2 of them, and she emailed me. She says, I collect these head vases. Could you please, bubble wrap them really good and so they don't break because they're made of ceramic. And she goes, I have a big collection. I can't wait to put these in my collection. I'm like, oh, no problem. And so I packaged them up good. I shipped them to her. She left me positive feedback. And the next day I went to Goodwill, and there was like a little Jesus one. And in her comment, she's like, God bless, blah, blah, blah. So I figured she was religious. So that one I just packaged up. I looked at her email, I looked at her address, and I just shipped it to her. And about a week later, she emailed me through eBay, and it's like, oh my God, that's so nice that you shipped that to me. And I don't have that. I'm going to put it in my collection. And I was like, oh, no problem. I seen it and I thought of you because you just bought 2 of them from me. So I figured it'd be nice to ship you this one.
Aww.
And about a week later, I get a card in the mail from her. And she's saying, thank you so much. I told my priest about this, and we did a mass for you. And she wrote me $100 check. Oh
my goodness. That's so awesome.
I was like, that's some random person just sent me $100. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, all I did was send her something I got for $3.99.
That was awesome. Yeah. That's a good story.
Try and to be nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the whole, what you put out into the universe comes back to you tenfold.
Karma.
Yeah, for sure. Karma. Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother story, but yes. we could have a whole nother video just on karma. Anyway, we'll talk later. But for sure, and when you picked it up and thought of her and sent it to her, I don't know. Anyway, that's awesome. So anyway, okay. So what is something that you pick up that just never brings a lot of money?
Dumpster diving or reselling wise?
I guess either.
I do pick up all the video game. If I go like to Goodwill or yard sale, even if I know the video games won't sell, me being a collector, I'll pick them up knowing that if I do sell them, I'll probably just break even.
Yeah.
But I still pick them up anyways because I don't know. I just don't want to leave them there.
Yeah. You know what? My friend Sean, who I interviewed last week, he said the same thing about video games. He's like, I can't help it. When I see some of these video games, I just have to pick them up. I can't help it.
I know.
It's all your fault, Nick, if you're still there. I don't know if you watch Nick Hills. He's a UK reseller.
So. I don't think so. No, I'll have to check. I'll look him up.
Oh yeah, he's my bro. Anyway, okay. So what is the most unexpected thing that people don't know about you?
Well, I don't really tell a lot of people that I'm vegan because I know a lot of vegans like to throw it out there, like I'm vegan, be vegan, you're eating animals. That's bad. Like, yeah, I could care less what other people do. I do me, and you could do you, and that really surprises people when they say it. Okay. I'm vegan and I don't drink. That surprises people.
Yeah. That was a surprise. I mean, not even socially, but because most people I know, even drink socially, but yeah.
I didn't drink in 6 years.
Nick, I'm not sure what you're LOLing at, man. Nick's wife is vegan as well. Anyway, small facts. Okay, so what's a platform that you sell on? What's your favorite and your least favorite?
favorite probably eBay because it's so easy. You throw it on there, someone buys it, you ship it up, you bring it to the post office, you're done. I like selling on Craigslist because you get big items you don't want to post on eBay, but then you get the runaround for people. They're like, "Oh, meet me here," and you go there and you're waiting and waiting, and no one shows up, and you text them like, "Where are you?" Like, "Oh, I forgot. Meet me tomorrow." And that's what I hate. I hate dealing with people, and I rather just put it on eBay. Even if I make a couple dollars less, I'll throw it on eBay anyways, just to move it.
Have you had anything really big that you had to ship for eBay?
I don't really ship huge items. The biggest item I probably shipped was a box Nintendo, which is, pretty big. But I do have a server I just got from Scrapping. This one, I forgot what even place it was. They gave me a huge server. They're like, "Oh, the server works. You probably be able to sell it better than scrapping it." So I looked out on eBay, and the server sells for $800.
What?
I know.
Oh
so
my
I'm probably
God.
gonna do local pickup on it. I don't feel like shipping it's 450 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to ship a 450-pound item.
I bet somebody's going to pick it up. That's awesome.
So I didn't throw it on there yet, but soon.
Man, that's really cool.
I know, that's crazy.
I'm just blown away. I feel like sometimes I'm just dumbfounded. I'm like, wow, cool. That's so cool. I don't know. I'm blown away by it.
A lot of people don't believe me. Like, they're like, "Wait a minute, you got all that stuff for free from someone?" I'm like, "Yeah." They call me up. They said, "Here, take all this stuff," and I take it. They're like, "Wow, that's ridiculous."
Yeah. No, again, I mean, just from what I do on like selling from garage sales on eBay, my dad at first was like, "What? That's not a thing," And then when he started seeing the money, but it's even more so when you're like, "No, I got it for free,"
Yeah, it's even better.
Yeah. Okay, so who would you say, who or what led to your success?
Me, I guess.
So modest.
just hustling hard. You gotta get out there and just work.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah. And
guess.
so, well, I mean, if you don't have somebody that you were following long, then yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there's no problem saying it's your own resourcefulness.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what is the most unexpected thing that you have found about either reselling or, dumpster diving, things like that?
Unexpected thing. Well, it scared the crap out of me. I found a mannequin in the dumpster. I thought it was a person, but I do have the mannequin. I take pictures on it. I put clothes on it. I take pictures for eBay. But unexpected. Nothing really. People would think you find weird stuff in the dumpsters and everything like that, but most of it's, just items from the store and not really food waste or nothing like that. You have like maybe someone threw their lunch away, but nothing really weird.
Yeah. I found a McRib. That was somebody didn't like it. They took a bite and threw it away. But all right. So Christina said, just got a bunch of free vintage Life magazines from Craigslist and free clothes from estate sales. So do you do like some of the free? Do you check that for free stuff?
I do check that for free stuff. I actually have ads on Craigslist under the free and what is it? Wanted and I forgot what the other thing is called. It's like labor. I put that I do free pickup of washers, dryers, any appliances, computers. And I get some calls from Craigslist, but not a lot.
Do you guys have we have like Free Cycle. Do you have Free Cycle there?
I have Free Cycle.
Yeah.
But I use it once in a while.
Yeah.
But not as much.
And then there was a show. It was called Down East Dickering. Did you ever watch that show?
Down East Dickering is the awesome show.
Isn't it? I was so bummed that they got pulled.
Is.
It was really fun. They were awesome. They were, one, really good characters, and then two, just like how they were they worked to make their money,
Yeah.
So really worked. So
I like watching the shows because you see different stuff that you could do to make money, and everybody's like, "Oh, you have to go to work and work 9 to 5 to make money," but
the resourcefulness of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you see the lobster one? If you guys don't know, you got to go check it out. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. And he was there was like the family reunion, and he needed to get so many lobsters.
So he got a boat motor and he traded it, and then he did some work on the boat too.
Yeah, like labor to do trade for these I mean, yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Julie says, Omar Gosh does some very funny dumpster diving videos. Do you ever watch him?
Yeah, Omar Gosh TV. He has a YouTube channel. He has like, geez, a couple 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, yeah. I caught him live one time, and there were so many people in his live feed that any question I asked was gone like that. I'm like, he will never see my question.
Yeah.
So, Valerie says, are magazines something that can make money?
I sell magazines all the time.
Yeah. And Peace, it's got late. What state does Marcus dumpster dive? Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Awesome. Man, I have so many questions. We're still in the questions that he has seen. I have questions that he hasn't seen yet. Okay. So, when was the time you felt like you made a difference? Other than the Jesus head vase thing.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Probably posting stuff on YouTube. Like when I post videos about informational ones, like, this is how you scrap this. This is how you scrap this. Or I made a video of how I made my video game shelves. And I love when people email, be like, hey, I lost my job. I didn't know what to do. And then I seen your video and now I'm scrapping full time and I'm making money and I just want to thank you. And I don't know, it makes me feel good because like, that's what I do it for, to help people. Like a lot of people say you're ruining it for other people dumpster diving because you're showing other people that you could dumpster dive. I'm like, the point is to show people that you could do this and make money because there's hundreds and hundreds of stores out there and not everybody's going to go dumpster diving. Only people that really hustle hard and want to make the money are going to do it. And that's why I want to help people. I'm not here just to gloat and say, I found this and I found this. I'm here to show you you could go out there and make money.
No, I couldn't agree more. That's, and if you guys that are watching, if you've made YouTube videos and you have that one person that messages you and says, what you said or what you did showed me something else and it helped my family, it's invaluable, and I can only imagine because I've had a little bit, but I'm sure you've had it way more with what you do.
Yeah, the one person said he still works full time, and he said he uses all his scrapping money and he saves it, and one time out of that year, all that money, him and his family, he has 4 kids. He said they go on a huge vacation, and it's all paid for by scrap money.
That's awesome.
I said that's awesome.
Yeah, the hater's gonna hate, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are a little bit off questions. I like to do some questions where just to get to know you a little better. Okay, so other than the bear, do you have any near-death experiences?
I almost died from carbon monoxide poisoning.
What?
When I lived at my parents' house, they had a pool heater to heat their pool, and it was in the basement. And my dad turned it on before he went to work, and the chute to where all the bad air goes outside, it was blocked. So all the carbon monoxide was leaking in the house.
Oh.
And me, my sister, and my mom were all sleeping, and my mom heard beeping because we had a carbon monoxide detector, but it was in the basement. So when she finally heard it, me and my sister are like the first rooms coming up the steps. We were like throwing up. We were really, really sick. And so we left the house and went to the doctor's and everything. The doctor said 15 more minutes, if we were sleeping for it, we all would have been dead.
Oh my gosh. That's like a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your dad felt insanely guilty.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
But we're here.
Thank heavens that you had a monoxide. I mean, because honestly, that's something that's more recent. We just got a carbon monoxide alarm.
Yeah, I everybody should have one.
Yeah, we didn't have one in our last house, but we have one in this one. So
yeah, a silent smell. You can't smell anything, and it'll kill you.
And if you're asleep, you just
fall asleep. Don't wake up.
Oh, so scary. I'm glad that You had one. Okay, so do you have any ghost stories or believe in ghosts or have any supernatural stuff?
Yeah, there's my uncle's girlfriend. She's a medium.
Really?
And yeah, so when I bought this house, actually one of my friends owned it and he hung himself in my bedroom closet.
Oh my gosh, Marcus.
Yeah. So when I bought the house, I used to always see things, like see shadows. And the one time I was sleeping on the couch watching TV and my legs were like hanging off the couch and something like pulled on my leg. And I like woke up and I was like, what was that? So I told my uncle's girlfriend about it and she was like, I'll come over and look. And she used to live in Kansas and I live in Pennsylvania. So she doesn't know anything about my town or who lived in my house or anything.
Yeah.
And she came to clear the house because she clears houses.
Yeah.
And she explained my friend to a T. She said he was hiding in the basement because he was ashamed of what he did that,
Oh.
and she explained it to a T. Tattoos, described tattoos on him, how tall he was, shaved head. And I was like, that's my friend Sandy. And she's like, yeah, but he's gone now. And ever since she cleared the house, my house has been fine.
Wow. Yeah.
But, yeah, I believe in ghosts.
Yeah. I've had some I've had some things but then later you want to talk yourself out of believing that they happen, you know what I mean? So, I mean, the house, not a whole lot of people know this, but the house that we live in now was my grandmother's home and she passed away here. We were all here, but my son is still scared of certain areas of the house and we're still not sure why. Nobody owned the home before her. So, and now I'm like, why is he scared of this particular area of the house? Anyway, I need your friend to come over. Your dad's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Send it my way. So I'm gonna say hey or talk to the chat real quick. So Julie says, Margaret, you were one of the first I started watching. Thank God. eBay made a good bit for us. This past Tuesday, after 13 years, my husband was laid off with no warning. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it can happen in an instant. My brother got laid off recently too. Okay, so all right, this is a hangover. I was telling you that sometimes I interview people that I know really well, and sometimes I interview people that I just kind of watched. So do you have any pet names?
Like for myself?
Well, no, like people call you little pet names.
A lot of people just call me Dumpster Marcus.
Okay. I mean, okay, yeah, okay, let's just go with that. Hey, Henry. All right, never mind. All right, so if you could, okay, this is the last question that Marcus has seen, and we only have 7 minutes for the rest. All right, so where would you go in a time machine?
That I don't know. Like, if I go back in time, is it going to change anything?
Or just to go check it out, No, it won't. In this world, it won't change anything.
I don't know what I would do. That's a really, really tough one. I'd probably go back to like the hippie years in the 60s and stuff, just because that's my kind of music back then. Like, I love the Grateful Dead, the Doors, the Beatles.
Yeah.
I'd probably go back then, the 60s.
That's cool.
Just to have fun.
It did look like they had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the area Marcus has not seen. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So this is the rapid fire, so you're supposed to answer like quickly, okay?
Sounds good.
What was the last film you saw?
The last film I saw was Sausage Party.
I still haven't seen that one. Was it good?
It's not that good. And
no.
The language in it's horrible, so
yeah.
Don't watch in front of your kids.
No. Well, just from the previews. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
What's your favorite holiday?
Holiday. Labor Day?
Why?
I don't know. You get the weekend off, and there's a lot of yard sales on Labor Day.
Oh, okay. All right. Favorite doctor?
Doctor?
Okay, I'm a Doctor Who fan, so I always ask.
Yeah, I don't watch Doctor Who.
Oh, okay. What's your nickname?
It's Dumpster Marcus.
Oh, okay. Would you say that you are an introvert or an extrovert?
I have no clue what that means.
Like, do you feel like you're on your own more, or you like to talk to people more?
I'm on my own. I'm not a big talker in person. Like YouTube, I talk to a lot of people and everything. That in person, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm quiet.
Yeah.
I'm quiet and
No, I'm
shy.
the same. You'd be surprised. Early bird or a night owl?
Both. I go to bed at midnight and wake up at 5.
Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Okay. James Bond or Jason Bourne?
Jason Bourne.
He's so cool, right?
Yeah.
Are you into phone calls or texting?
Texting.
How many tattoos do you have?
I can't even count.
I was gonna say you have like all of this.
Yeah, I have my whole arm done, my back done, my both legs done, my hands done. I have a lot.
And what is your position on men wearing sandals?
I don't wear sandals. I wear shoes. But hey, to each their own. You can wear sandals with socks.
Oh,
If that makes you happy, that makes you happy.
well, I guess you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, is there anything that you would never want me to know about you?
Not really. I'm really an open person.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to know about me?
I don't know.
I'm pretty open too, so yeah, no.
I watch all your videos, so I know like a lot about you.
Yeah, yeah. Would you consider yourself a neat or a messy person?
Depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm like, I could care less, but sometimes I'm very neat and like everything vacuumed and cleaned. And
Yeah. Okay, what is one thing that you would like to change about the world?
hatred to people and people judging people by their skin color or who they are or all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody should just be happy and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, it's surprising. Yeah. Okay, so were you a good student in school?
No, I was horrible.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is the last one. Okay. So someone has called and said they're popping in a minute. I'm on my way. What's the first thing you go do?
Probably put pants on.
Okay. All right. Valerie wants to know how long you've been diving.
Probably around 7 years.
Cool. Julie says
mostly going every day.
So every day for 7 years?
Every day I go.
Man.
Yeah.
Julie says, okay, now you're flirting, Missy. I can't help it. I flirt with everybody. Apologies. Okay, so thank you so much.
I had a blast.
Yeah. So where can everyone find you? I'm
on Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all under Dumpster Marcus.
Yeah, for sure. I follow him on Instagram and YouTube. I'm not on Periscope as much, but
yeah, I'm on Instagram the most. I love Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. So go follow him, check him out. He's so much fun. And thank you everybody for coming to hang out. And thank
you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.